enablers are going to say, oh, it's okay, just forget it, he's turning old, she's old, don't listen to her, don't take it to your heart. Yeah, so these kind of gaslighting statements are there. So these victims, I mean especially these scapegoats and the invisible child, they are in the end, there to serve or take care of the older narcissist. Hello everyone, I hope everyone is doing good and taking good care of themselves. So today I'm going to talk about what does caregiving for a narcissist look like and how it is. And before I get going, I would request you all to like, share, subscribe the channel, hit the notification bell so you guys are updated whenever we put out a new content. So narcissistic folks are not like wine that turns sweeter with time. Yeah, as how they age it becomes sweet. No, narcissists are absolutely opposite. They are not like healthy individuals, yeah, who turn more wise, who turn more elegant, when they grow old. No, they become more toxic, they become more wild, they become, very difficult to tolerate. Yeah. So narcissistic individuals, as it is, have a strong sense of entitlement, that they know it all, they deserve that special treatment, admiration, and the world should listen to them and treat them as the center of universe. So a lot of this craving for admiration, attention, validation, plus entitlement. And as how they grow old, all of these things, I mean these aspects, grow. Yeah. So with time and age, a narcissist becomes more toxic. Yeah, a narcissist becomes more entitled. I'm old, you should do this for me. I'm old, I deserve special treatment. Yeah. Any which ways, we know that narcissistic individuals crave a lot of attention. They have this hunger and craving for attention and admiration. But these older ones, they take things to a different level. Yeah, I mean they will be playing that old age card all the time. I'm old, I should be handled first, I should be handled in a VVIP way. Yeah, I should be given the privilege for being old. So they use this old age card. Now narcissistic individuals don't age in a healthy way. Yeah, behavior wise, trait wise, they become more toxic. Yeah? Now when we look at the caregiving aspect, finance plays an important role. So money plays an important role. Yeah, I mean if you are having a narcissistic parent who's old and it's becoming very difficult for you to take care, so of course you need money, yeah, to take care of them. I mean for kids you need lots of money to raise them, to take care of them, and the same way for an aging person also you need a lot of money. Now finance plays an important role. If you have money, you can uh, put your narcissistic parents in a caregiving facility or a nursing home or a senior home, and things might become a little easy for you. But when you don't have that kind of a money, yeah, to give them the quality of life, as well as having your boundaries intact, if you don't have that money, you will have to do it yourself. Yeah. Plus, if you are trauma bonded, or if you are the scapegoat or the invisible child, the responsibility is going to fall onto you. The golden childs, are rarely, into the scene. They do what they have to, but when it comes to, the caregiving and taking care of the, narcissistic parents, I mean, older narcissistic parents, it's these scapegoats and invisible child, yeah, on whose shoulder this responsibility generally falls. So, scapegoats already know they are not good enough. Invisible child also knows that they are not good enough. Now, when they grow up adult, they have a lot of self-esteem issues, they have a lot of cognitive dissonance. So they are, quite dysregulated individuals when they grow up. And then this responsibility falls on their shoulder. So things become even more challenging, because narcissists, when they are adult or when they are young, they are very conscious about their image. Yeah, they might appear to be good outside they might appear to be, absolutely evil individual, in their personal space. But as how they grow old, the, entitlement grows inside of them, and they just don't care about their image. Yeah. Older narcissists don't care about their image. They don't have that dual face, or they don't wear masks. Older narcissists, become who they are. Yeah, they show and they don't care. Yeah, because now they have got, more powerful assets, with them. That is their age, that is their, old age card, that is their gray hair, that is their, sickness or bad health. So they have got now, newer things to, take help of and exploit and abuse others. So an aging narcissist is someone who is very difficult to be with. And when this responsibility, I mean, the responsibility of taking care or becoming the caregiver for the narcissistic parent, arises, golden childs are rarely present. They might, support financially, but they, avoid, doing things, uh, uh, by completely engaging into it. They avoid doing that. They like being in their space. Maybe they can contribute some financial support, but they won't be there to take care of the narcissistic parent. So, things become, more difficult for the scapegoat and the invisible child. As it is, they were not good enough. As it is, they were not up to the level. As it is, they grew up with a lot of sibling rivalry. As it is, they were, treated as a second class citizen in the house. Love and affection was withheld from them. They were not treated the way how the golden child is treated. So, as it is, they feel miserable, and then the responsibility falls onto their shoulder, and they don't have any other escape plan. Yeah, they can't say no. Yeah, because they are trauma bonded. They did not develop their confidence. They did not, heal themselves. They were stuck. Yeah, all that unhealthy enmeshment, parentification, narcissistic abuse, they are just trapped in that cycle. Plus, a narcissist is always seen, in their ecosystem, or having an ecosystem around them. Yeah, their ecosystem includes their flying monkeys, their enablers, and fellow narcissists. So, a narcissistic parent will have his or her circle, yeah, of enablers, flying monkeys, and, fellow narcissists. So, it becomes even more difficult to, get rid of that responsibility to, take care of the narcissistic parent. I mean, older narcissistic parent. Because, the enablers will, keep justifying their bad behavior, even though they are old, and even though if they are abusing you, or, not treating you right, enablers are going to say, oh, it's okay, just forget it, he's turning old, she's old, don't listen to her, don't take it to your heart. Yeah, so these kind of gaslighting statements are there. So these victims, I mean, especially these scapegoats and the invisible child, they are in the end, there to serve, or, take care of the older narcissist. It's very difficult for them, because there is no appreciation for the time, effort, and everything that they put in to, provide for and care for the narcissistic parent. Narcissistic parents, feel entitled, and the older they get, the more entitled they feel. So, there is no appreciation, there is no empathy, there is no sympathy, there is no gratitude, there is no remorse, there is no apology and thanks. Yeah, that's how narcissistic relationships are. It's pretty one way, and it's all about how well you serve them. Yeah, how well you shape shift and serve them, and that's it. Don't expect anything in return. Prioritizing yourself is a sin in a narcissistic relationship. So these, poor kids are raised with all those, toxic conditioning. Yeah, prioritizing the narcissistic parent, betraying their own self, not being authentic, trying to shape shift and suit the narcissistic parents, needs and desire and want. So, as it is, their start is painful, as it is, their start is dysfunctional. Yeah. So these kids really suffer, the scapegoat and the invisible child. And when the responsibility falls on their shoulder, things become even more painful for them. Yeah, because narcissistic parents are entitled ones. You can never get even with them. So they might do bare minimum for you, but they expect you to serve them, you know, throughout. Yeah. They expect you to be devoted to them, loyal to them. See, in a healthy relationship, a healthy parent and child relationship, a parent decides to bring in a child. Yeah. So the parent doesn't burden the child with the responsibility of, taking care of himself or herself or keeping himself or herself happy. The parent doesn't shift all of that responsibility and burden onto the child's shoulder. A kid is an individual being, they have their own life, they can go ahead. Yeah, so healthy parents plan their old age. Yeah, a healthy individual plans everything. Yeah, their marriage, their relationship, their children, and how they're going to spend their old age. They don't age, in hopes that their children is going to come and serve them and take care of them. I get it. I mean, everyone has a role to play. I get that. But healthy parents don't feel entitled and don't burden their kid with the responsibility of taking care of them in the old age. They allocate funds, they plan out everything for their old age. Yeah. So, it's different with healthy individuals than with the narcissistic individuals. Narcissists, see their spouse as a servant, see their kids as a servant, as a slave, unpaid laborer, and that's it. They are there to serve these narcissistic individuals. So, as it is, it was very painful for these kids, and now they are supposed to be the caregivers of their old, aging narcissistic parent, and they cannot expect anything in return. They experience burnout, depression, anxiety. They are invalidated, minimized, dismissed. If they are unable to do something the way how the narcissistic parent wants, they are immediately, abused. They are immediately invalidated, dismissed, and they are made to feel horrible. Narcissistic individuals have inability to self-reflect, so they don't sit, evaluate, reflect, as to how their behavior is or what their behavior can cause the others. They don't think about that. Yeah, and they don't care. As long as they are getting what they want, that's all. So narcissistic parents are also, in a way you can say, very ruthless. It's all about them. They bred their kids, for a purpose. Yeah, to keep serving them, to keep validating them, to keep admiring them, to keep, doing things for them, and that's it. They did not, breed their children so that they can have their own individual life, start of their family. No, narcissists want their victims to be dependent on them, and especially when, we are looking at their spouse and kids. Of course, 100% they want their kids to be dependent on them, and they want to be the showrunner, they want to be the ringmaster of that circus. So it gets very difficult. These kids, almost lose themselves. Yeah, till the time their narcissistic parents are alive, or till the time they have that responsibility to, be the caregiver for their old narcissistic parent. So it is really painful for these individuals, I mean, these kids, because they already suffered, endured a lot of trauma being raised by narcissistic parent, and now the narcissistic parent is, turning old, and, they have the, responsibility to be their caregiver. And being their caregiver is not easy. Narcissistic parents or narcissistic individuals are very demanding and entitled, and with age they become more toxic. Yeah, so it's never an easy ride for these individuals. Yeah, who are either raised by narcissistic parents or who have this responsibility to be their caregivers. So, it's very painful. In no ways, we can dismiss or invalidate their effort, the kind of effort they put in to, serve, help, and, care for their narcissistic parent. the kind of effort they put in to, be in that relationship, that dysfunctional toxic relationship. So it's not easy. Not everyone is in that position to, put them in, nursing homes or senior homes, and pay for their maintenance. Not everyone is in that position. And narcissistic parents, you know we know that they are expert in guilt tripping and manipulating, plus their entire network is there to triangulate things and keep you trapped in that toxic relationship. So it's very difficult, it's very painful, and these individuals suffer. Those who care, for narcissistic individuals, or who are the caregivers of narcissistic individual, whether you have a aging narcissistic partner or if you have a narcissistic parent, both is, you know painful and, quite, I would say, challenging to be with, yeah, or to handle and care for. So yes, in this entire process, all what I can, say is that don't forget yourself. Don't ignore yourself. You are essential. You are important. Yeah. They will spend their time on earth and they will go. Every one of us has to go one day. Yeah. But don't burn yourself, to serve them. Don't be so much devoted to serve them that in the process you forget your own self, you ignore yourself, and you just betray your own self. Don't do that. As it is very challenging to be with a narcissist and be their caregivers. But allocate some time, find out some time, engage in self-care, do prioritize yourself, do uphold your boundaries, don't take anything and everything they throw at you. Do your part, but in the process of doing your part, don't ignore yourself. Yeah. So uphold your boundaries. uh, Try and say no to things. Yeah. Because the narcissist is not at its prime. When the narcissist is in his or her adulthood, they are at their prime, but when they age, they are not, how they were earlier. Yeah. They might not be, that aggressive and violent. They might be very manipulative and toxic, but they might not be that violent the way how they were when they were adult. So, the chemistry, the dynamic changes. Now you are also becoming an adult. So if you can uphold your boundaries, learn to say no, stand up for yourself, do what you can, do the best you can. Yeah. Give it back to them. But in the entire process, don't forget yourself. Yeah. Don't ruin your life, in the process of serving them. Because remember, for a narcissist, you will never be good enough, and you may never be good enough in future as well. Yeah. So don't burn yourself trying to prove. Yeah. You are good. Have your own circle. Make healthy relationships, healthy connections. Work on yourself. Yep. I mean, I get it. I mean, it's your responsibility. I mean, not everyone is privileged to, spend their time their way. Some of us are in that difficult spot where we get the responsibility of being the caregiver to the narcissistic partner or to the narcissistic parent. Do your bit, but don't burn yourself. Do your bit, but don't lose yourself. Yeah. So yes, this was it. In case if you would like to add in something, you can always comment below. Till then, take care of yourself. Don't ignore the red flags, and lots of love and blessings to all of you. Bye.